Scott was wonderful.
Fantastic. Great.
This is a generation that was just born into technology.
And it was very moving, and it really hit home.
Boomers didn't just sit back, but they fought back. We like to work independently.
Clearly explained the generations. I understood it. And you know what I really liked? He was very positive.
Yes! I've been a public speaker for 12 years, and the thing I love about it most is that when I'm up on stage talking about the generations, I love seeing people's reaction. I love those light bulb moments where people are nodding along to what you're saying, and you know in that moment you made a real difference. This is something that everybody can benefit from, because at one point or another, we've all experienced some kind of generational gappage in our lives. We've got boomer parents today telling their kids, look, if you're going to work for as long as I did, make it count. Do something you want to do something that makes you happy, and do something that makes a difference. So as a result, we have a generation of people who, when they enter the workforce, they believe they can make a difference, and they want to make change. So the biggest thing you can do for a millennial on the job is connect the dots for them. Explain to millennials how what they're doing is making a difference. We have 4 distinct generations in the workplace today, and how they learn, what motivates them, what retains them is completely different. By 2020, half of the workforce is going to be millennials, and I don't know that every industry out there is really prepared for that. Millennials are clearly a collaborative bunch. They like to work together, and gone are the days where the younger generation doesn't speak until spoken to. It's great to have a generation that wants to speak up and make a difference and be collaborative, but do you think to boomers and Xers they're always on the same page as millennials? No, they can find it a little needy and even a little time consuming at times. Everything we do at Bridgeworks, whether it's a keynote presentation, whether it's webinars, whether it's e-learning, whether it's the Times 4 comedy show that we do, we don't have any kind of a canned thing that we give a client. We get to know who you are. Find out what are your needs. What are the pressure points you're feeling at your company? Just because mom and dad might not be there at that presentation, at that interview, at that tour, doesn't mean that they're not a factor. Arm them with everything that they need so when they go home to mom and dad, you know, they can answer the tough questions that they're going to be asked. How many boomers in here think about how long you've been working? And not just professionally, think about the first job you got when you were 15, 16 years old. How long have you been working? Now boomers are contemplating retirement. Maybe they're going to be working longer. Maybe they're getting divorced. Maybe they're looking to reinvent their career. They're going through a big change, and they can oftentimes feel burnt out. Not only are we giving great information, we're keeping it interactive. We'll do icebreakers, we'll do music trivia, commercials, movie clips, TV clips, viral videos. We'll do great discussion questions that get everyone in the audience involved, talking about their generation. One thing we found at Bridgeworks is that every generation can agree on one thing, and that's that they feel the music they grew up with is the best music. I think I'll have enough prizes for both of you when we're done. Did you know that traditionalists are the fastest growing segment on Facebook? More and more grandparents are trying to friend you these days. I mean, who would have thought of that? One piece of advice: when working with traditionalists, show them your appreciation. The topic of generations isn't just a fluffy topic. This is a bottom line issue. One of the big concerns we hear from clients is about retention. They spend all this time and all this money recruiting young millennials only to have them get up and leave within 6 months and a year because they couldn't leave for yoga at noon or they couldn't bring their dog to work. Think of it like this. If their traditional bosses said to them, jump, what do they say? How high? Ask a millennial today to jump, and what are they going to say? Why? Here's one thing I want you to remember. When you're dealing with generations, it's about embracing the fact that each of these generations is different, and every single generation brings something different to the table. Thank you so much for having me in. I appreciate it.